you had local officials and radical left-wing agitators who actually encouraged violence.
Spent three Bass responding to comments made today by Vice President J.D. Vance here in Los Angeles.
And spewing lies and utter nonsense in an attempt to provoke division and conflict in our city. You parachute in the city, you pass all kinds of judgment, and then you leave, and you add to the provocation, you add to the division, or you attempt to create division in our city. But I just want you to know that our city is standing together. We are united.
A little-known city councilwoman and vice mayor from the relatively tiny city of Cudahy, southeast of downtown, posted a now-deleted video on social media where she called out two murderous street gangs in what could be considered a solicitation of violence against federal officers.
Ladies and gentlemen, your humble YouTuber Hannibal here. So let me get this straight. A sitting vice mayor in California just got online and basically told gang members, hey, ICE is in town. Why don't you guys step it up? Unbelievable. We gotta talk about this because this isn't just reckless. This is dangerous. It's stupid. And honestly, it might be criminal. Let's get into it. So we'll be talking about Cynthia Gonzalez, the vice mayor of Cudahy, California. Small city, big problems, and now she's gone viral and not in a good way. So in the video that she later deleted, she straight up told gang members, called out gangs like the 18th Street and Friendsia 13 and said, you guys tag up the city, rep your hood, but when ICE roll through, y'all quiet. Let me show you guys the rest of that video right now.
Not for nothing, but I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia, where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you. It's everyone else who's not about the gang life that's out there protesting and speaking up. We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at? Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up in on your streets and in your city. And peep, when the big gang guns come in, nothing but like quiet, and we're out here, the regular ones that have never been jumped in, out here calling things out, trying to organize people, trying to do the thing. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing. If you're not showing up right now, trying to like help out and organize, I don't want to hear a peep out of you once they're gone, trying to claim that this is my block. This was not your block. You weren't even here helping out. So whoever's the leadership over there, just fucking get your members in order.
So this is real. This is a real video from a real sitting official. This is a sitting official basically saying, why aren't gangs doing more to stop federal agents? She's not just criticizing ICE. She's romanticizing gang members, the same people who destroy communities, run drug rings, traffic human beings, extort families, businesses, and somehow she thinks they should protect her neighborhood. This doesn't make any sense. It's quite comical. We got to a point now where we are losing our minds, especially when talking about the immigration situation. It has become a very emotional charged issue and people are crashing out. This is the summer of crash outs. We're not thinking clearly when it comes to figuring out this situation with this migrant crisis, with illegal immigration, where we're losing the plot. We're all losing our minds here. And especially to those who want to sick gang members to federal agents, because that doesn't make any sense.
I find it very interesting that an elected official in California is making a direct appeal to criminal gangs. This presupposes some kind of relationship, and I think it is very troubling. Every elected official in the United States takes an oath to uphold the law, and to invite criminals to attack law enforcement, federal or state or local, whatever, is outrageous.
It's not just reckless, it's insulting to every family that lost a son to gang violence, to every mother who cried at a funeral, to every kid who had to duck behind a couch because bullets are flying through their window. Gang life isn't some misunderstood hero's journey. It's a death sentence. It's dressed up as false pride. This is not a joke. Gangs tear communities apart, recruiting young men with no direction, no guidance, and feed them a lie. They promise them respect, money, and power, but all they deliver is prison, trauma, or grave. The emotional toll they believe behind is generational. Kids growing up without their fathers, parents visiting graves instead of graduations, entire blocks turning into war zones. And you would think that she would understand that. I'm sure she talked to someone that was a victim of gang violence. I'm sure she probably even knows gang members or has been around that situation and know how destructive it is. So this vice mayor just handed them a gold star and asked them to do what? Go after ICE? She's not only putting federal officers in danger, she's endangering her own community. Because even if one stupid person acts on her words, the cycle of violence that she just encouraged becomes blood on her hands. This is more than just bad judgment. It's public endangerment wrapped in delusion.
Cynthia Gonzalez is listed on the city's website as having lived in Cudahy for 12 years and holds numerous degrees. She mentioned this back on June 11th.
I have a doctorate degree. All of us here are successful and are educated with our community behind us, documented or not.
Tonight,
what are gang members going to do to federal agents? I mean, come on. Let's play this out. What if a young gang member actually believes her? What if they actually try to do something? We're talking about federal agents here, not the local PD. This is not mall security. These are people trained to deal with cartel level threats. You make a move on a federal agent, you're either going to go to jail for the rest of your life or you're not going to make it out alive. This is not a video game. This is not Grand Theft Auto. This is the real world. And Vice Mayor Gonzalez just told young, often impulsive gang members, y'all need to step it up. I mean, this lady, has she lost her mind? So of course the video was deleted, and not before the feds, ICE, obviously LAPD union, basically the entire internet dragged her. The Department of Homeland Security called it despicable. The LAPD union wants her investigated, and the FBI, they're already knocking at her door. She's out there tweeting, I need a lawyer, like it's brunch on reservations. Hey, you may need a whole legal team. This is not some TikTok drama. This is federal heat. And let's be real, this might not be bad optics. I think it may be a crime. When you encourage known violent groups to target a federal agency, you're possibly crossing into a territory of incitement under federal law.
When you're dealing with a political leader calling upon criminal street gangs to take action, that takes on a far more sinister meaning and perhaps even criminal meaning behind it. I mean, it is one thing to say, local people of the neighborhood, stand up for yourselves. It's another thing to actually call out the names of different criminal street gangs and ask them to protect their neighborhood.
If your speech is seen as a true call to violent action and someone acts on it, you can be held legally responsible. I mean, she is a public figure. People know her. She has some influence over her community. And especially if the target of her vitriol is the US government. So this isn't a joke. This isn't protected by the freedom of expression if it caused someone to get hurt or killed. And if even one gang member acts on that video, the legal spotlight shifts from reckless talk to criminal liability. She's playing a game where the rules are written in indictments. So this is what I call a full political crash out. No brakes, no seatbelt, and definitely no common sense. You don't like ICE? Fine. Protest, sue, lobby, vote. I mean, that's what this country is about. Not everyone's going to agree what was going on with ICE. Some people think that ICE is being extremely aggressive and at points doing some illegal things. Fine. Let's talk about it. But calling on violent gangs to do your bidding, that is some super villain level of delusion. It's like saying, I don't like the IRS, so I asked the mafia to go in and break into their office. Like, what? You're not the revolution. You're not Che Guevara. You are just a small town vice mayor with a phone and some bad judgment. Because if you convince someone to roll up on ICE agents, pretending to defend their hood, they get shot or arrested or worse, they shoot someone else in the process. You know how many times we've seen gang wars where gangs are fighting each other and people who had nothing to do with the situation get hit with stray bullets, small children dying for nothing. I mean, come on. This viral moment turns into a murder trial. This is how dumb social media activism can become a real world tragedy. She's playing with matches in a fireworks factory. We all get emotional, but our political leaders, they're supposed to be able to keep a level head. And if you've seen what's going on the last couple of weeks, no one seems to be keeping a level head. You don't fan the flames with gang baiting garbage like this. There's real fear in the communities. People deserve some dignity. People also deserve to have a community where everyone's following the law. So hyping up street violence isn't activism. It's just plain stupidity. You don't fight policy that you don't like with even worse ideas. You fight it with some strategy, some organizing, voting, suing, not egging on the people who have already had guns and no impulse control. So to Vice Mayor Gonzalez, you wanted the attention, you got it. But what you said might be the most irresponsible, stupidest thing I ever heard from a public official in a very long time. And I spend my time listening to hours and hours of videos of Tiffany Hayard.
Somebody going to jail.
Gang life is not activism. And trying to weaponize it for your politics, that's not leadership. That is extreme lunacy. So I hope something happens to this person. She needs some level of accountability. Something to show that you cannot be able to do that. You have to calm down and get some help. But let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. And oh yeah, let me interrupt real quick. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We are doing extremely well. We are over that 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate all of your support. But anyway, if you like what you see, subscribe. And let me know what you guys think about this story in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video. And I'll see you guys in the next video.